Hey everybody, it's Robert Dunt from Art Top 10, and I'm very pleased to be here today with Monica Petzal. Monica, tell me a little bit about this place, the Printroom Studio, where we are.
Okay, the Printroom Studio at Yew Tree Farm used to be a cowshed.
No way!
And it might even have been a billet hat at the local American Air Base at Parham Airfield before it came here in the 60s, yes. And I moved up here from London in 2014, and when I was looking at houses, I saw this place, and the first thing I saw was this cowshed, and I thought, that's perfect, I'll have that.
Absolutely.
So forget about what the house was like, it was the cowshed I really needed.
Oh, because I mean, it's an amazingly beautiful space.
It is a wonderful space, and we have done very little to it except restore it to its original footprint and put some windows in it. Okay. And it is used both as my studio for my work and to show from time to time artists, mostly printmakers, which is what I had the gallery in London from, which is why it's called the Printroom Studio. Okay. But every summer I do a completely different show. Oh, really? And this summer I'm really honoured that we've got Graham Crowley.
We've got these wonderful paintings by Graham, haven't we, here, who I'm going to chat with later, but they are amazing, and it looks absolutely stunning in this space.
We have two presses here that I use. There's a very old litho press, which is only just about working, that belonged to the late Alan Cox of Sky Editions.
Okay. I mean, that press it's huge.
It is, and I did make my entire last exhibition on it. Oh, wow. And then there's also a smaller etching and relief print press, which doesn't get so much use.
So this is a litho.
It's an offset litho press. Litho. Yes. Okay. And my last exhibition was in 2020, just before lockdown, at the Newark Museum in Leicester.
Okay, cool.
And if you turn around,
can we see some of your work?
No, you can't. But you can see. You can see the cover of the catalogue for it.
That is so cool.
So I haven't made very much work since then, but I have been busy working on the gallery.
Okay. Yeah, so tell us a bit more. So were these windows here when you...
no, we put all of those in, but we really did a very minimal restoration together with our really great architect, James Crowley, who's worked on lots of buildings with us around here.
Lovely. I mean, it's got so much light, and it's all the paintings just look at their best. It's also beautifully quiet and amazing, even though you can see, I just saw a sort of beautiful pheasant wandering by outside.
There are many pheasants. If you would have brought a dog here, you'd have seen one chasing like a wild thing after the pheasants, which are everywhere.
But it's amazing. But you seem to have quite a, because you were just telling me a guitar has been placed over your...
Yes, we had this really strange package arrive last week.
Yeah.
So Sunday morning I suddenly see a package has been popped over the back fence, and this is what was inside the package.
Look at that. Absolutely amazing.
And it came with this notice which says, if you can film that, they can probably just see it rather than me say it.
I would like to donate this guitar, which is part of the Symbol collection. The remainder of this collection has previously been either given to various charities or sold to private collectors. Please could you raffle or auction this piece to raise funds for young artists or a charity of your choice for the arts. Thank you, good luck and stay safe. Look at that. Amazing.
Well, there is indications from what you would call provenance, I think, that there is a certain young guitarist in the next village in Dennington by the name of Ed Sheeran, and it's probably done by him, but there is absolutely no way we can prove it, nor do we really want to prove it.
No, exactly.
Because he has been making paintings and other items which he has been giving to all sorts of charities all over Suffolk for quite a few years now, under this pseudonym, The Hat, if it is him. I don't know that it is him, I really don't. But if you look up Ed Sheeran paintings on the web, they look extremely like this.
They do look like that. It's quite fascinating. It's actually done rather nicely, because you've got, I particularly like this sort of headstock section here, where you've got all these little slightly blurred and dribbled reds and blues, really tiny little...
Well, he does come from a very artistic family. Both his parents were curators. John was a curator at the Dulwich Art Gallery.
I didn't know that.
So they come from a really very sophisticated art background.
Intriguing.
So it would be no surprise to me that Ed together with some of his team, could produce something like this, because maybe he instructs his team how to do it.
Yeah.
Or indeed it's somebody completely different.
It's absolutely fascinating. And I also particularly love the little Elvis in the centre, because he's actually rather beautifully placed in the centre. Absolutely,
it's all very skillfully done.
It's
and
very skillfully done.
Very thoughtfully done.
Yeah.
And we're very pleased. And we haven't quite firmed up where it's going to go to, but it is going to be local, and it is probably going to be print related.
Print related, okay. Yeah. Should we take it out of the box and have a little look at it? Because it's just unbelievable that it was just literally discovered in the garden, as it were.
It was discovered in the garden. Yeah.
But it's very cool.
And there was the envelope, and that was stuck on the front, and there was no other indication.
Oh, I love it. That is very cool. It's really fun and exciting. So I mean, it's obviously you've made quite a name for yourself here with.
Well, we've been here 5 years, and we haven't had that many exhibitions, but. What people like is they like coming here. We do good hospitality. I'm well known for making cakes.
What more do you need?
Everyone comes for the cake. And it's kind of a good place for networking and meeting people, and the atmosphere is very relaxed.
Yeah.
And it's also, although this is a bit of a hackneyed phrase, I don't do bunnies and beach huts.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of do serious art.
Yeah.
So people know that they're coming here for a serious exhibition, and mostly they really enjoy it. I have very good feedback. I have a big mailing list, and the comments books are full of nice things.
No, I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, even if you just look out here, it's just such an amazing spot, isn't it? Look at that, with an absolutely wonderful view out of the window.
We're really fortunate where we're here. We're very, very happy to be here, and we love looking after the land. We have the River Aldred running through the back of the land, and it runs all the way through down those trees. Yeah. And it's a great privilege.
Oh, it's a stunning privilege, and you've done it so nicely. Because I think even when I was chatting to Graham, should we just go outside? Because it's quite nice actually to look outside. Cause
we can also walk around a little bit.
Walk around. Just show me around the other things. Because I thought what was really nice is that, like you said, this is a cowshed, but you've kept the sort of hopper, is it called?
Absolutely.
Because it gives a real nice, it gives a real sort of sense of, I don't know what you place or gravity or...
Well, it's part of the original structure, and I'm very interested in keeping the structure so that we understand where it came from.
Absolutely.
So although it's quite a modern building now, that hopper, which would have had the grain put in to feed the animals.
Oh, so I was actually literally attached to the building?
Yeah, it is attached to the building. I mean, we've blocked up where it came from.
Yeah. Amazing. So that would have literally, you'd put the grain in it and slide down in there, and the cows would chomp it up, basically.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, no, take us round.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
And we can sit out here. We hope we'll be sitting out here tomorrow night for Graham's opening.
Absolutely.
And
look at it.
These are water meadows here.
Okay.
So they flood.
Oh, wow.
All the way across in the winter.
Yeah.
Not often. It depends on how the river's going.
Oh, I see. So,
but they do flood. Beautiful. They flood up to about where that red tree is, that Acer is.
Okay.
But it's beautiful here.
It is beautiful.
And mostly we wild it. We just let it be.
Just let it go, is it?
Yeah. But we have quite a lot of garden and look after it.
Yeah. It's so cool. It must be a beautiful place to create.
Yeah, it's a wonderful place to work.
Things as well.
Yeah, it's really nice. Those are those are lovely irises in the ditches.
Oh yeah, they're fantastic actually, aren't they?
Yeah.
Wow.
So these are drainage ditches which go down to the river.
So these were there for the whatever it was for the.
Well, when the meadows flood, you need ways of getting the water back down to the river.
Okay.
So these are ditches,
I see what you mean.
And you'll see that at the bottom they're full of water.
Intriguing.
So
and it takes it back.
And things like irises really love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. So did it take long to transform it? Did you know what you wanted to do?
Graham will tell you I'm a quick worker. I always need the next project. So we've actually transformed 3 buildings here.
Oh, really?
As well as this. So we've done that in about 5 years.
Wow, that's actually amazingly fast.
Yeah.
These
Well,
things can
there are
take-
lots of really good people around here, very happy to do building work and all the skills that go with it.
Okay.
And we've been tremendously fortunate with our team.
Which is really...
And we now have sort of 2 properties on Airbnb. Well, they're not quite yet
right.
on again, but they will be shortly.
Nice. Well, that's
So-
really cool. Look at it. It's absolutely fantastic.
Good.
It's always amazing to suddenly find these sort of wonderful art places where you're not expecting it, as it were.
I think that's what people do think. They do
Yeah.
walk in and they suddenly go, oh my God.
Yeah.
Just didn't expect this down
Yeah.
a country lane. And we really are in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly. So literally, you do pop off that lane and suddenly
Yeah.
you're here
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
amazing thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's so cool. I mean, is there anything else you'd like to tell us about it? I mean,
I think that's good. I think you're going to talk to Graham about his work.
yeah, I'm going to talk to him
And
about
I
his
think-
exhibition.
We should not underestimate how good an exhibition this is.
It is really good, isn't
I
it?
don't like to do sort of superlatives about artists, but I
Yeah.
think when you look at the detail of these paintings and you see his ability to take a small brush and make a mark, and for the mark to be so extraordinarily descriptive without it being, I don't know what to say, it's just the nature of the interaction between the paint and the subject matter, which is so extraordinary.
I mean, they're constantly fascinating because they look, like he's done it in a very relaxed fashion, but it's very organised. It sort of belies its complexity to some
Yes,
degree.
and I mean, I don't like to do those sorts of comparisons, but if you look at sort of Rembrandt's and you look at the very, very loose brushwork, it is the same experience. That when you look close at the brushwork, there's nothing there. You know, you go
Yeah.
up close to this
Yeah.
and there's just a bit of something.
Yeah.
But as you move away, it comes into an
forms into
extraordinary
doesn't it?
focus. Yes.
And I always love Graham's finger marks in it. as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, there's all sorts of
There's all sorts of little things in
little
there.
things in them. So I think we shouldn't underestimate either the real sophistication of this work and the freshness of it as well. Because although Graham might not like me saying this, some of the work that we've seen before has been slightly more controlled and even contrived slightly in the sort of postmodernist way that he worked. Whereas I feel this has an absolute directness and freshness, as well as using all those tremendous drawing and painting skills that he has, and his complete immersion in the subject matter.
Yeah, it does. Oh, yeah, no, I totally agree, actually. They are so fresh and, I mean, loose is one of those terms people always use, but they do have a looseness, a
They do
lightness
have an extraordinary looseness to them, which he didn't have always before.
Yeah.
So I think they are really wonderful. I shall really massively enjoy sitting in this exhibition
it's lovely.
for the next few weeks.
Well, I think you're going to have a really good time.
I think we're going to have a great time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Lovely. Thanks, Monica. It's brilliant to chat.